So I'm up at the garden, and it's only been about 3 or 4 days since I cut my asparagus. And this is what my asparagus has done. I mean, it has just absolutely popped up. This is why you have to check your asparagus just about every day. But I mean, this one, it's at the point where this really isn't that good to eat, particularly this one. It's getting ready to kind of flower out right there, so great. Got a few here that I can pick. So, my goodness, this asparagus is just crazy. Watch out, little girl. Watch out. It is finally happening, y'all. Hubby come home from work. Good Saturday. It's about 7:15 in the evening. It's really windy. It's gotten cold. We both got to wear jackets. But it's happening. We're finally getting to till this garden. One of the crazy things is when I came out here, these are the leftover vines of last year's green beans. And we have a green bean coming up. All the way up and down through here, there's little green beans from leftover beans. I think I had another video where I was out here and picking up green beans that had been left over from last year. So now, speckled throughout here, we have a few green bean plants. My tilled garden is my biggest garden. It is our vegetable garden, the main vegetables. And the past 3 years, it has been 150 feet long by about 95 feet wide. And this year we're going to cut it back to half to let half the garden soil rest. I'll be amending what I do put in this tilled garden, which is kind of a pain, but when you garden that often in one space, you just have to amend your soil. While my husband is getting the tiller attached to the tractor, I wanted to come down here and look at my grain stalk where the other night I was planting some herbs in about 6 of the pockets. We had rain the day before and into yesterday morning, and if you can see how dry that gets, so I need to come up here and water these this evening because we're not supposed to get any rain for a while. But that shows how quickly a potted plant or any type of vertical gardening, a raised bed gardening, it is so important to stay on top of the watering because it will get really dry. Hi. You can tell the difference from the area that did not have any of the weed barrier down that we left all winter to where we did have weed barrier. And with this much, we may come in tomorrow and till one more time, or maybe in a day or two. It'll depend on how much of this tends to come back on us. But I will be putting a lot more of the weed barrier down this year. So this is the soil after it's tilled.
I guess I'll just burn that.
Up through here, it's going to be all potatoes. At the fence, we're going to do tomatoes on this side of it and tie them up this year. Up this way, we are going to do Blue Lake bush green beans and dragon tongue beans. I love those two. Up through here, we're going to be doing a long row of jalapenos. Mainly, I make cowboy candy with our jalapenos, or we use them to put cream cheese and bacon bits in them. You can freeze those and they're really good. Up through here, we're probably going to do a few sweet bell pepper plants. Just come up to the end right here. These are the onions that I planted. Back in here is where we're going to do our yellow squash and some cantaloupe and some zucchini. It has been tilled for the first time, and I will probably be out here tomorrow planting potatoes.